Hi, it is your Caramel Love Guru right here, and this is Cancer's June 16th daily reading, My Sister's Sign. How we doing out here? Let me get a sec. Ooh, okay, we feeling good out here. Good energy, good vibes, high vibrations. Really on our shit for real. That's why I'm a little confused by this Ace of Pentacles in reverse and this devil card. Okay? So let me see if I have any intuitive messages. Okay. So I'm kind of feeling I don't have any intuitive messages. Okay. So actually I do. So one time I had moved to Pennsylvania. Okay, I live in Virginia, and I went to go live with my sister for a little bit because everything in Virginia was too much for me. It was too much negative energy. I was out here trying to change, awaken, become my best self, and I felt like I was stuck. I felt like there was nothing I could do to get away from this negative energy other than to run. Okay? And, when I did finally leave and start this new journey and live with my sister, I wasn't worried about what my whatever was doing. I wasn't worried about what's going on at home. I was really truly out here, like every day I was doing something to better build myself closer and closer to my financial goals and where I want to be. And so I was opening myself up to all these opportunities, to all these situations. I was in Pennsylvania for like a week, and I had already got a job. I had already everything was laying out for me while I was in Pennsylvania. Like everything was lining up perfectly. Like I was meant to be there. But, I started getting calls from back home, from my whatever, from my dad, everybody trying to be like, unions are coming, 8/11. But, I had, they pretty much told me, like, we have a new proposition for you. You don't have to work. You can just worry about school. And you can chill. I want you to figure out yourself. I want you to be happy. And the reason that I left is because I felt like I was giving too much of myself, to the point where I felt like they were taking advantage, to the point where I felt like they were taking every bit of me, that I couldn't focus on myself. So when I left for Pennsylvania and moved, they realized how beneficial I was in their lives. They realized how much I was doing, because they had to start to do things that I was doing themselves. And when they told me that they wanted me to come back, I finally, was like, you know what? I sat down. I had literally just like popped my tire. My sister was going through her own things. I just felt like I was a little too much on top of everything. And then my tire pops while I'm on my way to work. I already don't like my job. I'm working a job where I'm like, yes, this is building my confidence, but this is not what I want to do. This is not guaranteed money. This is me having to, have optimism and believing and being in people's face. And what I really realized is that when I took that job, the best day that I had was when I had when I was talking to this man, and he was telling me about his life, and he was telling me about things that he went through, and he was just like opening himself up to me. And I genuinely was trying to, guide him and help him. And, he's telling me about his son and telling me about this. And I'm like, seriously, like, I'm just giving him advice. And that was the best day that I had while working there, is because I was talking to somebody else and giving him advice. So, in that moment, I realized I want to do something that involves helping people, that makes me happy, genuinely. And, I ended up coming back home because, I ended up coming back home and everything was different, because I had a better understanding of myself and a better confidence. And I wasn't just letting things happen. I was speaking up. When you don't talk and tell somebody what the issue is, they won't be able to change it. So when I spoke up for myself, I realized that people genuinely wanted to change. They wanted to make sure that they were treating me right, because they know that I'm not going to ask for anything that's too much other than respect for me. And when I ended up coming back, everything changed. So I feel like for those cancers out there, I feel like you guys are feeling stuck and feeling like you guys are financially, feeling like you guys don't really know which way to go with your passions, because you're not separating yourself from this negative energy, from addictions, from the fears of starting a new journey with either someone new or just becoming the Father of Wands, meaning that you drive towards your passions, you drive towards what really means, something to you. You're missing out on that because you're not willing to start a new journey because of the negative thoughts of you self-doubting yourself, of you, thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? With me, what helped me the most is I just said, F it. I'm not going to sit here and think about the good and the bad. I'm just going to do it. And whatever comes, comes. And what came to me is God's guidance, is God's path, is what was divinely guided for me. He put me in this situation where I got this job, where I got this thing. He knew he was going to bring me back to Virginia. But he put me in Pennsylvania for about 2-3 weeks so that I could see what I really was passionate about. Because in that time, me and my sister had sat down and found all of our passions and found all these things, but we had all these ideas of what we wanted to do, but didn't know what we wanted to focus on. For her, she knew that she wanted to focus on art. And for me, I was kind of thrown up between, helping people, helping animals, writing, doing this, doing that. I was still kind of juggling between. And now, since I'm looking, I see that my answer was shown to me. That he showed me that what I need to be worried about, and it was 8:44 on the time, what I need to be worried about is my passion, me healing people, me giving people advice, me supporting and helping people. And right now I'm feeling like y'all are feeling this 8 of Pentacles in reverse, because I don't have a job right now. And I'm really looking at everything, and I'm like, I'm spending hours doing these videos and spending hours of my time, wanting to help people, and yes, it satisfies me, and yes, it gives me happiness, and I feel abundant within myself, but I'm not seeing it in the material, in the real world, in reality. So, sometimes I let my, yesterday I didn't post any videos because I was like, maybe I'm just spending too much time trying to do these videos, trying to do this. Like, maybe I'm literally putting myself on a path that isn't for me. And what was that? The devil. That was me being negative. I didn't even post anything yesterday because I couldn't get my energy right to help, to literally be there and give the advice that I genuinely love to give. Help people in the way that I genuinely love to, because I was letting my negative emotions and feelings get the best of me. Because in reality, even if I get nothing out of this situation, even if I get no money, no readings booked, no donations given, I can say that I'm happy doing this. This doesn't feel like a chore to me. It feels like something that I enjoy doing. I mean, I kind of put a lot on my plate, so sometimes it feels a little bit like a chore. I got to get it on a good schedule for me because, you know, like the first couple readings are good, but then once it starts getting darker and later, it's harder for me to cycle through it, get through it, you know, like that. So I'm trying to get on a good schedule for me, because I was gonna start putting all the signs together, but I'm like, there's so many different readings and so many different things going on with the signs that me trying to put fire, air, earth, and water all together, it's gonna muff. I'm not gonna be able to touch as many people as I want to. I'm not gonna be able to help as many people as I want to. So I had to stop worrying about the material and worrying about doing what genuinely fulfills me, because as long as I do that, I have to have faith that God, if I'm helping people, God will have people help me, or He will send help my way. He will make the things that He knows that, you know, I'm passionate about or that I want happen, because, you know, I had faith in Him, and I had faith in myself, and I had faith in my passion. I had faith in my drive, and I genuinely did a trust fall with God. That's what I'm doing right now. Is doing a trust fall with God and knowing that He's going to catch me. And that's it. That's what you have to do is do a trust fall with God and know that He's going to catch you. Regardless, you're safe. Regardless if you end up in a situation that you're not supposed to be in, you're going to get a lesson. And that's what I learned is when I went to my sister's, you know, maybe that's not where I was supposed to be then, but I learned a lesson in the time that I was there. And I got offers and things from back here, back home, from people who love me and care about me, to put me in a situation to better myself and find my passions better and more and have time to drive myself. If I would be back in Pennsylvania working and going to school, I would never have time to do this. But because I had the ability to do this, find myself, I'm able to do what I want. That's simple. So, I feel like you guys have been knocked off of feeling like you knew exactly where you needed to go. Feeling like you knew exactly what you wanted. You were made humble. You were strucken down off your high horse. Feeling like nobody could touch you. Starting to realize that in all reality, I wasn't going towards what I really wanted. I was going towards the money and not being satisfied. Or, you know, I want to go towards my passions, but I'm so worried about the money that I'm letting these negative feelings and thoughts keep me away from what could be a new money beginning. You know, because you guys have been feeling satisfied with having no responsibilities, with, you know, not really being too serious in love. Feeling satisfied in these illusions of what love should be. You guys began to feel happy with things that aren't meant for you. Began to find satisfaction and happiness in things that aren't meant for you. Because you kept yourself busy. You kept yourself in the outer world. You kept yourself satisfying everybody else. In this, I don't see satisfaction with life. I see satisfied with what these girls are telling you. You're not questioning it. You're kind of just like, oh, y'all said it. There's a turn up, and I gotta bring this, and this. Well, bring it on. Bring it on. Why would I question them? Why would they have ill intentions for me? It's not about ill intentions. It's just, if you're a divine being with your wings on your back, how are you going to listen to somebody who's floating? What can they tell you that you don't know? Because they're floating. Yes, people have wisdom, and yes, some floaters do have wisdom. But when it comes to you making life decisions, you shouldn't listen to a floater. Advice? Yes. Life decisions? No. They're not even making decisions in their own life, so how can they make decisions for you? Or if they are making decisions, they're not making the right ones. They're making decisions to keep themselves floating, not to put their wings on their back, not to fly above these other floaters. No. They're doing things to stay floating where they're at. And now here you are, looking at everything and figuring out, I know what I gotta do. You're seeing, I know what I gotta change. And now you're ready to salvage whatever you have left from this effed up situation, or from what you thought was one thing. You're ready to salvage whatever you have left, meaning you, your pride, your givingness, your love, your openness, your niceness, what makes you, Cancer, what makes you the beautiful, warm being that you are. You're going to pack that up. You're going to move on. You're going to start new. Because now you see that you're facing the consequences of you not, putting yourself first or loving yourself first. You're starting to realize that you had through a lot of ideas, a lot of situations, a lot of like knowing that the way that you looked at love wasn't right. You kind of knew that, and you knew that you needed to get away from it, but you've been like saying all this stuff but not standing true in it. Realizing that you really have to look at your future different, that you really have to go within and see that maybe the situation wasn't completely what you thought. Send a little pause there. And while you're sending out, it's okay to explore. And it's okay to, kind of just throw out ideas and see what fits for you and what doesn't, because that's what I had to do to figure out what I wanted to do. I went through many schools, many different things just to find out that what I really wanted to do when I first started going to school my whole life was, to love animals, but I had strictly put it to one way, in a way that I felt stuck. And I feel like now you guys are looking at yourselves and seeing that you could have been had the love that you wanted. You could have been had been in the business or job that you wanted. But that there were some delays and some, looking within yourself that had to happen for you to get to where you wanted to be. Because you weren't able to control your thoughts, your feelings. And I know that 100%. As a Cancer, it took me a very long time to be able to control my feelings, and not in a way where it's like I'm just being a bitch. No, I learned how to and control my thoughts so that I'm going toward. I'm sorry. You guys looked at yourselves to realize that anything's possible. That you guys have all these cups lined up with everything that you could possibly want, and all you have to do is grab it. To me, I see acting for some, jewelry making for some, and whoever this is resonating to, interior design, architecture, holistic health, counseling, and these other two I'm not quite sure, but I'm just naming a few things for some, like realizing that whatever you have put your heart and whatever you put your heart and soul into, you can make it happen. But now it's about figuring out what is best for you. I realize I can do whatever I want. I could do this and I can do that, but is that what I want to do for the rest of my life? Is that what I would want to put my time and effort and care into? Truly? And now you guys are sitting back and healing from this relationship, or healing from you being hard on yourself when it comes to not getting love, or being hard on yourself about letting in love that wasn't aligned with what you wanted. But you guys are healing and ready to stitch up them wounds. We're hard. We're strong. We're powerful. All we have to do is rest for a second, and we're ready to keep it pushing, to keep on with this battle, to keep on fighting. Because that's who we are. We're passionate. We're lovers. And, we love. And I feel like this rest that we're going through, this moment of like, kind of like, I'm not focused on love anymore. I'm not. I'm focused on my career. When we do that, who starts coming towards us? Our divine partner. Our divine masculine. They start coming quick as can be. But only once we love ourselves. And only once we stay true to ourselves. And once we realize that in order for us to get to where we want to be, we have to speak up and stand true to what we want and what we deserve. Because when you slack and let people believe that you deserve less, they will give you less. Know what you deserve and accept nothing less. I send love, light, prosperity, abundance, success, everything to my Cancer sisters and brothers, and for y'all's union, because I know that unions are coming together. And I know that there are I know that's happening, and I know sometimes as cancers we need to hear that. The best way that I keep sticking to my career and not worrying about anybody is sometimes I'll watch a divine masculine reading, know that my boo's doing okay and coming towards me, and just know that I gotta start making my foundation real strong so that when he comes, ain't no more time for no cycles. No, it's love and up from here. We gonna have our problems because that's a relationship. Of course, nothing's perfect, but we're not gonna be going through these same cycles of other people. Nah, it's me and you against the effing world, and I'm ready for you. I realized that my foundation of what I thought love was all jacked up. Was all jacked up. And once you realize that, you'll realize that you're going to pull in a new type of love. A new type of love that you deserve. So, Cancers, please stay strong out here and keep your energies good and tight, because I know we like the water, so we be real susceptible to all types of shit. But know that you deserve the best, and the best deserves you. So keep yourself open and loving, because oh, I hope my back wasn't all messed up and nappy looking. Whatever though. Yeah, love y'all, seriously do. Keep your heads up. It's only up and up from here. Just take that leap of faith.